So it is 1:07 in the morning on the 9th day of April CampNaNo. I have only worked on Always Watching so far, and I have only written 192 words there. Very slow so far. But we're kind of in the same situation as I was yesterday. My right arm is just dead. I don't know. I can feel it really, really bad in my elbow, especially on the inner side here. And my arm is just sore and it hurts in general. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put some icy hot on. I'm going to go out into the kitchen, make some more coffee, and then while I'm waiting for my coffee thing to dissolve in the milk, I'm going to make food. So hooray for all of that. And then eventually, after I'm done eating probably, I'll try to get back into writing and see what happens, but I don't know. My arm is just a dick. I don't have a better explanation. But going to do my best to work around it. Might switch to back and forth between gaming and writing at some point, see if that helps. I know that sometimes standing up and moving around helps. I don't know if it's just from sitting with my arms, bent to type. But we'll see if standing up, walking around, potentially gaming later, we'll see, helps any. But if not, I'm just gonna do what I can. I'm up for another 7 hours, so here we are. But I will give you guys an update at some point once I accomplish something. Lord only knows when that will be. I don't know if it will be with this book or if I'll switch books or what, but you'll see me at least one more time before 8 o'clock. So it is 6:23 in the morning and things have still been going slow, but I did just put in the word count for Always Watching and things have actually gone a little bit better than I thought they had been. I've written 1,183 words in that this morning, which is much slower than I would like it to be, but is more of an accomplishment than I thought I had achieved here. Jamal was in this chapter. That was very fun. I love Jamal so much. But at this point, I'm going to move on, and if you haven't been with me for very long, you're probably like, wow, you're even crazier than I already thought. But if you have been with me for long, then you know this is something that I do casually because I'm me. So instead of working on any of my actual books, I'm going to go through a book that I wrote last year, if not the year before, and take notes on what happens in it in the 2 cases that are in that book. Recently I have been going through what in God's name I'm going to do next year for self-publishing, because this year I am publishing 3 books if everything goes correctly. Ashes in the Light, Cut to the Kill, and Man of Darkness. Ashes in the Light is already out, and then Cut to the Kill is being edited, Man of Darkness is being edited. So, in the realm of that, next year I'm not going to have any books ready for self-publishing, more or less. I can't publish anything from the Bo Austin series until Alice and Jake's series is written, edited, and published, and I can't write, edit, and publish those until after I have done the Police Academy research for it, which I just keep putting off because I have to watch a whole bunch of videos and transcribe them and take notes on videos instead of in text format, and I don't really learn the best that way, so I tend to put it off accidentally and sometimes on purpose, but typically I'll do it tomorrow and then I don't do it tomorrow. I can't, again, do anything with the Bo Austin Taylor series until the Bo Austin series is out. I will not publish anything from the Young Bo series until the entire series is complete. Same with Jamal's series. Same with any of my other series. I will never, ever, ever, ever publish the first book in a series until the series is completely done, because that is something that I did with the Baker series, and by the end I completely hated it. That is something that I did with the Ashley Jones trilogy, and by the end I completely hated it, and by then it was too late to remove them and to just completely wipe them from the existence of Amazon and the self-publishing world. So I'll never do that again. I want to have the entire series completed before I make the move to publish the first book. So in regards to all of that, I don't have a lot of options open for what to publish next year. So I'm finally going to dive into taking notes on this series that I have actually rewritten at least 3 times now. And I think one of the biggest issues is that in the first book, it's a crime series. In the first book, instead of it being just one crime, there are 2 crimes in that book, and the one that is written in the description is not in the book until at least the second half of it, I think, if I recall correctly, and that's an issue, to say the least. Because of that, the first book is at least twice as long as the second book, so it's a huge imbalance there, but I just need to take notes on it. I need to separate the 2 cases. I need them to be their own books, and I need to do something. I need to completely revamp it. It's been called A Rose by Any Other Name ever since I wrote the first draft, but the second book in the series is named after the person that they're looking for, because the second book in the series is a missing persons case rather than a homicide. And I think the first book not being on that same wavelength also kind of throws things off. And I think that's something that I just need to fix. So either the titles need to all be like literary quotes of some sort, or they all need to be related to the person, or they just completely need to revamp. Something needs to change, because I do love those characters. It would be Officer Kenneth Carver and his partner Alex Baxter. Which I don't know if I've ever talked about on here, but I love them very, very dearly, and I want to get back into it. I've wanted to for a long time, but I need to take notes on that first book, and I need to separate the cases and the qualities of the characters and all of that before I can get into it. And the sooner I do that, the sooner I can start writing the book, the sooner I can move on through all the books, the sooner I can finish the series, the sooner I can start editing and self-publishing them. And the sooner I get any books ready for that, the better. Eventually we'll move to Police Academy research and get around to Jake and Alice's series, but I'm stubborn, and that's not going to happen yet, so still working on it. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to move on to taking notes on the first book in that series and seeing what happens. I think that's what I'm going to work on until around 8. I will give you guys one more update before I go to sleep. Hopefully things go relatively well. I don't know how many words are going to go into that note-taking. I think most of it's just going to be reading, but regardless, I will give you guys an update at 8-ish.
Alrighty, it is 5:05 p.m. and I have only been working on the timeline note thingy for the first book in Ken and Alex's series, which is just the Carver-Baxter series, I think is what it was called way back when. I'm on chapter 20 at the moment, which if you check my progress bar, is that far into it. So about halfway-ish through. I don't even know how many words this book is. 64,000. I think the other book is like maybe 40,000 at a max. But I'm getting there. I've divided it into several sections. I've gone characters in order of introduction, and they're laid out in the document, and I've gone with the cases that they're working. And at the moment, I'm 2 cases in. The first one being a domestic case, and the second case being the main one that the book is about. Honestly, I thought there was a different case before the main case. That's about the abduction of a little boy and the death of several women, but apparently not. I mean, I really did think that, I don't know, I thought there was a different case in there, before the domestic, but I also completely forgot about the domestic. So it must still happen in this book, but after the main case is over. So there must be at least 3 cases in this book, which is a little much. So, but I am doing what I can to take notes on all of it, to mark down everything that I know about the characters, their ages, their nicknames, stuff like that. But it's just a process. It's taking a while. I am trying to fix something here. There we go. Okay, so it's just taking a while. No biggie. I'm used to things taking a while. But I have 12 pages of notes so far in my normal outline format, and I'm currently 1,233 words into it. But I'm going to break here, go do bird chores, and then come back and jump back into this. I would like to meet my word goal for the day before I switch over to editing Cut to the Kill, so I've still got several more hours to do that. So that's the goal. I would love to get through the rest of this book today, if possible. I'm pretty much just skimming for anything related to the case at this point. So that shouldn't take like all night, but I bet it will probably still take another couple hours, so there is that. So I'm going to go do bird chores, and then jump back into this, and I'll give you guys an update at some point.